And now, from Glasgow.
So hi there, welcome to stage 56. This is the middle finger part 8, and we'll be building a little bit more of this up. We have got some parts left over from previous issues, and the parts that we have for this week, they haven't put them in one of these boxes today, they just put them loose in a bag. Don't know if I'm quite so happy with that, but you know, it is what it is. So what we have this week is we have C27. Now C27 has these two posts on them, and then we have C28, which looks pretty much the same, but it doesn't have any posts on. So from there they look very, very similar, but when you move them at an angle you can see they're totally different. In addition, we have got, you know, I do like these bags, but they're very small. So we have got two black washers, and I know what I've done. As soon as I do it, I've just put the washers down there. You know I'm going to struggle to pick them up. And then we have a bag of screws. Now it says screws 2 times 2 plus 2. So in my experience that means we only need 2. I do have a bag of open ones from a previous issue with 2 in them, so I'm just going to use those 2. And then between this pack I have 2 unopened packs of screws. It's just how I like to work. Right, so what we need to do for step 1 is we need to take our assembly from issue 53, and we need to take C27 and 1 washer, and we have to make sure we get this the correct way, and I think it's quite easy to figure out. We're going to pop our washer in there. That washer doesn't want to go in, so we'll just give that a little bit of a slight force, not too much. Now this piece it can either go that way or it can go that way, and it doesn't look totally wrong if you put it in the wrong way. However, from previous issues we know we have these little tabs there, and the tabs always go to the top, so we're just going to pop that into there. Now that's gone in very easily this time, but sometimes that post is quite literally the exact same size, so just give it a bit of a wiggle just to wear that shininess off a little bit, and just it helps it fit. Okay, so once we've placed that in, we need to take piece A27, hooray, we're finally using it, from stage 54, and we have got 2 tabs there, one there, and we also have this, they call it an elliptical hole. So with the hole being upwards, we're going to place that piece into there, and also that hole is going to go over the tab. You see there's a little pin there, so we want to place the hole in there and the pin in there, and that should give us, there we go, move the finger down. Okay, just lift that up, and there we go. So the way I've done it is I've actually brought this in from quite a severe angle, almost 180 degrees the wrong way. Then I'm going to bend the finger a little bit till that pin comes in, and then holding that tab there, we'll just lift that up so that it goes onto there, and then we can just manipulate that around a bit. Perfect. Right, so on to stage 3, or step 3, we now need to take this assembly from stage 55, and holding it with the rounded bit up, that is going to go onto there. I think that is not correct. That doesn't look right. I think it's that way round. Yeah, okay, so the way they've done it is they've done it from this side. That's why it looks wrong. So we're going to bring... So this second post there is going to go through that hole. Again, I'm getting ready for it to be... Yeah, that's a really difficult fit. There we go. Once it's gone in, it's gone in. So pop it in at about 90 degrees. And then we can turn it around. And it doesn't want to go. I think that is actually going to go over. This is not easy, guys. Yeah, it's supposed to go over. There we go. So, yeah. So, bend. Let's do it again because this is how I've discovered to do it. So, with this in place, it's now popped out because of the way I've held it. So, move this finger outwards as much as you can. Bring this in at this angle. You can see that it should be there, but we're actually going to place it in that way. Pop that in and then rotate it 90 degrees, and this will go over this plate there. So bear with me one sec, sorry guys. So my apologies, I just had a delivery and I had to check it and everything. So right, so that is in place and that is stage 3 complete. Now this kind of feels like it's spring loaded, and every time I let go of it, it's trying to pop out. So just be a little bit careful. But the next step that we're doing, we're actually going to be using this piece, and let's purposely do this wrong. So as always, if the pieces aren't in correctly, see you've got the 2 tabs there, it's just not going to fit. If I turn that around and place that in there, you'll see perfect fit. Really happy with that. And then lastly, this piece is going to go in, and it's going to go... Yeah, look, we've got a couple of tabs there, and that's going to go in there. However, before we do that, we need to pop a little washer into there. There's already a washer there that we put in a previous issue. And all we're going to do, pop that in there. And then we can line up those 2 tabs, plus that hole there. And then just make sure... Now my piece there is drooped a little bit, but we can just pull that up. And because of those tabs, it's all going to line up perfectly. And that's in really nice. And we are going to finish that off with 2 screws. 1 screw in there. 1 screw in there. Like so. Probably want to put these screws in one by one, but that's okay. So this first one has gone in. Now, that's popped out a little bit, so I'm just going to push that back in, and it's actually trying to come out, so I'm going to just hold that down, and then once this screw is done in fully, that should hold that in. If it doesn't, the second screw will certainly hold that one in. Right, still got some movement there, and look, it's not holding it in fully, and I can see us. I'm going to have to undo this because I can see that a washer's fallen out. The question is, where is it fallen out from? So let me undo these, because I know we don't have a spare washer. I hope it hasn't fallen out from there. Oh dear. So the delivery that I just had was some cat food and cat litter. I always order 10 weeks supply every 10 weeks. There we go. And then I have a budget. It works out £20 a week. And if I don't buy as much litter and food as I've budgeted for, I just make it up with some toys. And I stupidly I got these feather toys, like it's got feathers on the end of a stick, and I had a little 2-minute play with her and she loves them. But because they've actually split the order in two and I've only received half of the order, I want to put everything back in the box and then wait till it comes tomorrow before checking it all properly. But she knows there's 4 sticks with feathers, so she's walking around the kitchen meowing her head off because she wants this toy. So my mistake, because it's like kids with candy, isn't it? If you never give them any candy, they won't want it. Once they get a taste of it, then they want it all the time. Right, I am not 100% happy with this, but I think it's going to be a case of trusting the process. That I can't seem to get that in fully. That's the best I can do. There's a bit of movement there. However, I do know that there'll be some plates going in there. I think the plates start, and I think those plates will push those in. But it's very finger-like. I believe that it's 11. Did I say 11 stages to complete this finger? And this is stage 8. So I'm guessing 9, 10, 11, or 9, 10, 11. Trying to think. Yeah, I think it's going to start there. So yeah, I don't know what next week looks like because I haven't received it yet, but that's starting to look very fingery. Now, I am very tempted to get the whole gauntlet over. From where I'm sitting, this finger looks a little bit small compared to the index finger. If you look at your own hand, you'll see the index finger, the middle finger is the biggest finger. This doesn't look like the biggest finger, but I'm going to wait till it's done because obviously once you've got these metal plates on there, that's going to add some width and that might give the illusion that it's bigger. But look, that is issue 56 done. 57 will be next week, but obviously at the time of filming this I don't know exactly what it looks like. Very happy. It's interesting how I don't think any of these pieces have been particularly complex. None of them have been difficult to build, but it's just a collection of simple pieces. Look, you've got a piece of plastic, quite a plain piece of metal, but look, the way that it's all come together, it looks really good. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm actually at a stage where I'm getting a bit fed up with part works, and between this and a couple of other part works, I mean, this has now run half of its course, and usually by the time it runs half of its course, you definitely know if it's going to be a good build or a bad build. Well, you definitely know if it's going to be a bad build, and I've not found anything that's going to suggest this is bad. The other two builds that I do, the ET and the Robocop, I don't really think they've run enough of a course for me to actually say it's not going to be a good build. But this I'm actually really happy with. There is obviously a certain amount of repetition because there are 5 digits. So, you know, 10 or 11 weeks to do 1 digit. That's 55 weeks to do 5 digits. That's over half of the build. But if you look at your hand, over half of your hand is fingers. This is where all the complex bits is. This bit's quite simple. Right, so next week is going to be issue 57. I do know it's going to be middle finger part 9. Until then, have an absolutely wonderful week, and I hope to catch you all again. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.